Hi everybody, welcome along. Just wait whilst a few more people join us. I can see the numbers going up, so I'll just wait for it to settle a little bit and then we'll get started. Welcome along this lunchtime. It's still going up, so I'll still just just wait another few seconds or so before we get started. Brilliant. I don't know about you, but where you are, but it is pouring with rain here. I can hear the rain literally banging on the window. So if I look distracted every now and again, it's because I'm confused by the noise. Right, I think our numbers have settled. So welcome along this afternoon. It's lovely to virtually meet you all. My name's Carolyn. I work at the Royal College of Occupational Therapists as in the role of Head of Education. I've been working at RCOT for about 5 years now. Prior to that, I worked at a university, involvement in the pre-registration programmes, the courses that many of you are studying. And this is my 30th year as an RCOT member, which is a little bit terrifying, but also something to be proud of. I'll just let Christina introduce herself.
Thanks, Carolyn. So I'm Christina. I'm the RCOT Communities Manager. So within our professional development team, I've been at RCOT for 2.5 years, sort of managing our member-led communities as well as our volunteer opportunities, and then working with colleagues in the wider team to also support other professional development opportunities, which we'll talk about a bit later.
Yeah, brilliant. So Christina's going to disappear from our screen for a minute and then magically middle of our presentation. So welcome along. As I said, thank you very much for being here. Today's session is all really a part of, about what it means to be a part of RCOT, a part of your professional body. Your membership's much more than just a subscription with us. It's a connection to what we would hope you feel as your professional home, and a support system and a platform for you as you grow through your professional career. So we're going to talk to you today about the different membership resources that are available, different opportunities, and how we can be there for you throughout your career as an occupational therapist. If you see me looking slightly to the right, I've just tried to read some notes to make sure I don't forget to tell you anything, because there's a lot jammed in here. But I hope what you take away from today is that we're your professional body, and we're here for you throughout your career as an occupational therapist, so every step of that OT journey for you. So I can see some of you are doing this already, but pop into the chat who you are. First names are fine, where you're studying. I can see some names that I recognise. I think there's some of the tutors have joined us. And so where you're studying and what you get out of today. And I know sometimes this session is kind of beamed into a lecture theatre, so that might not be possible. But do share in the chat if you're able to. So whilst you're doing that, I want to say congratulations. Well done on choosing a rather fabulous career. So you've chosen occupational therapy. I think we have people here who've recently started their studies, maybe in September, maybe very recently this month, and people who maybe are further through their studies. Some of you might be registered occupational therapists as well. But congratulations on choosing the profession. I'm a little bit biased, but I think you've made a really good choice, and I hope you feel that as you move through your studies and into your career. So we're the Royal College of Occupational Therapists. You will hear us abbreviate our name all the time to RCOT. We've been championing the profession for over 90 years now, and we've got a community of around 36,000 occupational therapists, so 36,000 members across the UK. And our role is to be there to support, to connect, to advocate for occupational therapists and occupational therapy at every stage of your career and across all areas where we work. So for we're there for anybody, whether you're working in practice, education, research, have a leadership role, we're there to support you so you can make a real difference in your role. For those of you who are studying currently, be it a learner or a student or an apprentice, we talked about you together as a group as learners, we're already there. We've already been supporting you for quite some time. Every course in the UK has RCOT accreditation. So you're all on HCPC approved programs, but also you are all on a program that's been approved by RCOT. That means that it meets our learning and development standards, which are standards that have been written by and for the profession. Feel free to take a look. And we're just writing our new set of standards. We're just getting them finalised this week, actually, for our revised standards to come out next in April. So I was going to say next year, but we're in next year now, aren't we? So they come out in April. But those standards are there, and they help the universities to think about how they are going to design, deliver and review their courses that you're studying on. RCOT accreditation, of course, also means that we are able to confer World Federation approval. So the World Federation of Occupational Therapists, WFOT, we're able to give approval from them on their behalf. That means that if you're looking to travel, possibly work abroad as part of your career, you have a qualification that's recognised by the World Federation, which makes you a little bit more mobile geographically, should you need to be. Some countries have their own criteria, but it's important for you to know that you're on a course that has World Federation approval. So we've been supporting you for a little while already, and we're going to show you quite a few little short videos from different members at different stages of their career. I've got a blank screen in front of me, which is slightly worrying, so I'm going to press go, and hopefully you're going to see one of our members tell you a little bit about their involvement with RCOT.
I have been
Sorry, it's not playing for some reason. Let me just press play.
a member of RCOT for the last 17, 18 years. And I think being a member is also knowing that there's an organization that looks out for us, pivoting, innovation, research, creativity, and just championing the work of occupational therapists.
It means a sense of identity, it means a sense of connectedness, and also a way of reaching other members across the country. And I think that's very important, because we are in such challenging times at the moment that we need to be unified, or at least strongly connected to each other.
Being a member is really about feeling that sense of people that really get it and understand what occupation is, and that's where I feel most comfortable. So it's about being in a community of people that get you and understand you without even need to say it.
I genuinely believe that it's been so useful and helpful, and that's why I've continued to work with RCOT, and I've continued to pay for my membership, because it actually is very valuable.
Being a member of RCOT helps if you're trying to raise the profile of occupational therapy, so there's things like OT Week. I started using the CPD portfolio platform, and it made things really quick and easy. It kind of guides you through what to write, your reflections, how you're meeting the learning objectives and the kind of pillars of practice. So it'll really help if I am called for audit.
I feel very well supported, knowing that I have peers out there, and I have both an online and physical community where I can connect with others and have open discussions about clinical practice, what's going well and what we're finding tricky at the moment. And it's quite empowering to be part of this community.
If you're not a member, join. And because it's a way to stay connected, it's a way to have a unified voice. In a way, you've got to be in it to influence things.
Definitely become a member. There's lots of people that are wanting you to do well, and hopefully we will fly the flag for occupational therapists.
Brilliant. That was a lovely day we had up in Scotland in June last year. It was the Members' Day, loads of different interactive sessions and panel sessions. So hopefully there'll be lots of different events that you can attend during your time as a student and as a career member of RCOT, both online and in person. We make sure we deliver things in different ways so that people can come along. So pop in the chat when you're a student. Some of you have more experience with this than not. It's quite busy, really exciting, quite intense. Got placement times, you'll have different deadlines that you're meeting. And as occupational therapists, we are always promoting people to look after themselves, get a really good work-life balance. So do share your top tips for how you're looking after yourself, and things that you'd recommend to other students who maybe aren't as far down the line as you, to share how that you're making sure that you're looking after your own self-care really, and keeping your occupational balance in place. So do pop that in the chat and we can take those top tips away after today. So let's talk a little bit about some of the membership and why you may want to be a member of RCOT, can't say it today, or why, how we can help you get the most out of your membership if you are currently a member with RCOT. So we're going to talk through some of the different membership options, how they support you maybe now, maybe later, and how we're supporting the wider profession. And yeah, there's loads there to share. So I'm going to hand over to Christina to talk through some of those things for you.
Brilliant, thanks, Carolyn. Can you pop the next slide up, please? There we go. Lovely. So, as occupational therapists, you deserve a professional home. So this is somewhere that supports growth, celebrates achievements, and connects you with others who truly understand your journey. And RCOT, we want to be that home for you. So I'm going to talk through some of our communities and our new platform. Can I get the next slide? Oh, lovely. All right, brilliant. So let me introduce you to RCOT Communities. So this is our new online engagement and social learning platform where you can foster meaningful professional relationships. RCOT Communities is inclusive and accessible, ensuring that every member feels welcome and supported. So this is where you can connect with others who share your challenges, aspirations, and values, whether through professional practice or regional networks that are led by members themselves. What makes RCOT Communities unique is its flexibility. You can engage when it suits you, sharing resources, asking questions, and co-creating ideas. The activities and resources available are shaped by member insights, making them highly relevant and responsive to your needs. And ultimately, at its heart, RCOT Communities is about learning from each other's diverse experiences. It's a place to collaborate, drive innovation, and influence the future direction of occupational therapy. Next slide, please. So I'm going to talk you through some of the different communities that we have on the platform. So occupational therapists across the UK, including yourselves, hopefully, are connecting through our vibrant practice networks. These communities offer space for peer support, shared learning, and professional growth. Whether you're looking for guidance, inspiration, or simply to connect with others who understand an area of practice, these networks help OTs and learners feel supported and stay connected to the wider profession. Lovely. Okay, so you can also connect with OTs and fellow learners in your regional network. So regional networks aim to strengthen our profession locally by raising our profile and optimizing our impact. They bring local OT communities together so you can connect, coordinate activities, and discuss issues that are relevant to your local area. Next slide, please. Our professional networks connect members around pillars of practice and professional issues. Our initial professional networks include Research Connect and the Innovation and Improvement Hub. We've also more recently created networks for members to connect around leadership, professional development, and independent practice, as well as our newest professional networks that are AI and Technology Network and our Sustainability Network. Next slide, please. Thank you. All right, and finally, in the autumn, we launched our new Equity, Diversity, and Belonging networks. So these are visible, active, and supportive member communities. Whatever your connection to these groups, from ally to advocate to lived experience, these are safe spaces to connect, reflect, champion, and discover. Great. Okay, so networks are one of the most powerful tools we have for learning, growing, and leading. They give us space to solve problems together, hear different perspectives, and generate new insights. Through open, organic conversations, we reflect on our experiences and deepen our understanding. We learn from each other, from lived experience, diverse viewpoints, and real-world practice. These networks also support your career by offering efficient, sustainable CPD, mentorship, and peer support. There's so many ways to get involved, from joining our OT communities and engaging in discussions to volunteering in our networks and leading change through the Innovation and Improvement Hub. However you choose to connect, there's a place for you in this community, and every contribution helps shape the future of occupational therapy. So we're going to pause for a moment and hear from Dan.
We can't do it all. It's great to have the support of other occupational therapists. RCOT Communities has really helped me to connect with other members of the profession.
I find communities as a great platform to collaborate, to learn from others.
And really felt that it really connected me to the rest of the country in terms of occupational therapy practice in stroke and in neuro.
You've got people, like-minded people who've trained up as you have, who want to share their knowledge and skills, and I'm sure you want to do the same.
In the past, I suppose you're working by yourself in isolation a lot in independent practice. You don't have that peer support.
The communities which were launched recently is an excellent space for being able to connect with colleagues, to be able to understand all the different areas that OTs can work.
Being a member of the Royal College and spending time around lots of other occupational therapists that work in vast areas enabled me to engage with the profession in a way that I can't do at work sometimes.
I would definitely recommend RCOT to colleagues. There's all this information, there's communities of practice just virtually a click away.
We can't do it all. It's great to have the support of other occupational therapists. RCOT communities has...
There we go. Sorry, that clearly wasn't a video of Dan, so we've updated that. That's an even better video. So you got lots of people chatting about the benefits of RCOT communities in our networks. I'm going to now talk to you a bit more about our CPD offering. So we believe the profession is stronger when members shape its direction. Whether you contribute now and then or get more involved, there's always a way to make your voice count. Oh, this is... Sorry. Am I in the...
Sorry, Christina.
I'm in the wrong slide. Sorry, I'm going to need 1 second because I
That's
have
okay.
got the right... I just realized I've not got the right.
It's fine. It's real life. We're all humans. It's all good.
Real life. I might. Do you mind?
I'm happy to talk through some slides.
Yeah, okay. So are you okay talking through this, Carolyn, and I can take questions. I've not pulled these slides actually.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all good. See, so this is one of the skills you need as an occupational therapist, which is kind of winging it, but that we call it being flexible. So it's all good and responsive to different situations. So what we're going to do is just talk through some of the CPD things, as Christina said. So CPD, phrase you're probably going to hear a lot about, continuing professional development. So what we want to be able to do is help you develop some really good learning habits. And one of the most practical tools that you're going to get with your RCOT membership, or you may be experiencing now, is your CPD portfolio. So it's your very own portfolio. So professional development might feel like something you don't necessarily need to be thinking about right now, but it's an amazing tool, and it's important you are thinking about your growth, your learning from both university-based studies and especially in placement where you're applying that learning. So the CPD portfolio is designed to help you capture all your learning and development in one place. You can use it to reflect on your different professional experiences that you're having, different professional conversations, different scenarios, different things you've gone through, and then consider what your next learning goals need to be. What have you learned from that scenario? What are you going to definitely do again because you've got it so well, got it right so well? What are you going to maybe tweak and you could do a little bit better at or do differently at next time? So the app's brilliant. You can record activities, reflections and evidence on the go. It makes it really easy to stay organised. So ahead of assignments, you can be building that foundation of different examples. You can use that again when you're preparing for a job interview, for example, or a job application. You can go straight to that single point to bring back those examples. It's also built around the Health and Care Professions Council CPD standards. So when you're registered and it comes to the point of registering and re-registering, it will help you feel confident and prepared that you're meeting those standards, and it takes some of the stress out of learning and reflection. So what we would really encourage you to do is use that resource as soon as you become a member with us, build habits so you've got those habits fully embedded as a learner that will keep you going throughout your professional career. So I have the app and I just think, oh, I really need to capture this. So I'll quickly stick something on there and then I can come back when I've got the time to do a more detailed reflection. But I don't have scraps of paper. It's all there, all confidently recorded. So you'll have a wide a wide range of tools for you to access to support your learning and development. As we said, we'll help you prepare for the CPD standards that you'll need to meet once you're registered as an occupational therapist. It gives you an opportunity to make assignments and research easier with evidence spotlights and different practice guidelines that we've got within the organisation, within our web pages and the digital library, which I'll talk through later for you as well. So what else have we got on here? So so you can improve your research and knowledge base with our digital library. That's connected to Open Athens, which might be something you're familiar with already. But I'm sure you've got, obviously a lot of you have got different university libraries which have brilliant resources. Do check out ours as well. The range of articles and books is incredible, that they have really fabulous resource, as well as it's storing all of our COT resources as well. So you can go and look at different documents there and use that as it will pop up in your search for you. So that's all there for you. Brilliant resource that will be there for you throughout your membership. You can stay informed with our OT News magazine that we have, and we have a highlight newsletter as well that comes out kind of monthly or fortnightly, and quite often they're targeted to different membership groups to make sure the information is really relevant for you. And OT News, you can obviously read that. It's a magazine, it's a really nice, easy read, but you can put articles in there yourself, start getting publications out for you whilst you're a student, different placement experiences, different projects you've had whilst you've been a student. You can plan your career path using our career development framework. That's available to download from our website. And I can see that Pav in the background is doing a brilliant job here of putting loads of links into the chat for you. So do just grab those links, but we will send the session out to you as well. I should have said the session's being recorded. So we will send the recorded version to you. That will also have captions added to it. So it'll just take us a little minute to do that. And then we'll email you the link for where you can find it. So you can access a recording and revisit when you need to. So yeah, there's all sorts of different things, reading the articles, contributing to articles, looking through the career development framework, mapping yourself there. All of that counts as CPD activities, which you can then record in your CPD portfolio. And then when you're ready for your first job, our jobs board means that you've got some access there to find different jobs that are available, which makes it a little bit easier for you to do that. And then, as we say, you've got your portfolio ready for you to begin to think about that personal statement within your application. So I think now we are going to hear
Hi,
from
I'm
Dan.
Dan.
I feel like
I've just finished my degree apprenticeship in occupational therapy, and I'm about to start a Band 5 rotation at the Eastbourne District General Hospital with the East Sussex Healthcare Trust. I became an RCOT member right at the beginning of my degree apprenticeship. It was introduced to us as the membership organisation for occupational therapy, so I signed up there and then. Being a member of RCOT is being part of a community, and having contact with other occupational therapists in different settings means that you've got access to lots of different resources, lots of different information and expertise from different professions. So throughout my studies I've been accessing the digital library, which has been a really good way of finding evidence-based journals and articles. As professional occupational therapists, we need to use evidence-based practice, and the resources that are available have been a really good place of trying to ground some of the theory that I need in order to be able to develop my practice. One member benefit that I really value is the CPD platform. As an emerging occupational therapist, we're taught to make sure that our portfolios are kept up to date and timely, and having access to the CPD platform has made the whole process so much easier. I thought it was incredibly good value for money as a student, being a member of RCOT. As I go into practice, I think that having the member benefits and having the security and support of the organisation is going to make it an invaluable asset.
There you go. There was Dan for you to see. Okay. So if you've got any questions, I can see Pav's asking different questions about the recordings things, but if you've got any questions, pop them in the chat and Christina will join me in a few minutes and we will chat through any questions that you have. So just want to give you a little bit more information about some of the membership offers that we have and some of the resources within membership. So we know that you've chosen a brilliant career of occupational therapy, and I hope it's a really positive experience for you. Sometimes there are some challenges that you need to maybe just think about. So we're there to support you through those challenges as well as the really good times. So professional support, we have a professional advisory service where you can contact us if you ever face a complex professional issue. Our dedicated advisory team is there to support you, help you navigate some of those challenges potentially. And we also have a partnership with Unison, so you get access to legal services, financial assistance, and compensation should you need it. You're covered by professional indemnity insurance when you're on placement in the UK and overseas. In most countries, do just check it if you're going overseas. But that's there for you, and it's important that you have that insurance when you're working as an occupational therapist or as a student on placement. So I'm just going to introduce you
Hello,
to Alison.
I'm Alison. I'm an occupational therapist. I'm an RCOT member and I work in a school. Being an RCOT member makes me feel part of something bigger, which is so empowering. I feel that RCOT has our backs. I feel the power in numbers. I feel supported. I feel as if we're a collective group and we definitely have a voice, and I can hear the voice now. As a member of RCOT, I get access to the CPD platform, which I am finding incredibly useful. I can now record things so easily. It used to be before that I would collate information possibly in a shoebox, and now it's on an app. It's so easy to take a photograph to capture evidence, or just put in a title of what you've just done online, what you've read, and you automatically get feedback about where you are on the percentages in each section, and boom, you're done. It's been life enhancing, and I would say a massive time saver. And also now less worry about CPD and potential HCPC audit. I would definitely say back in the day, RCOT was something that I subscribed to because it was something I just did. Now I feel as if it's something I want to be involved with. I love how they are on social media, and I love how they're listening to me, and it's a beautiful two-way street.
There you go. And Alison's working in a school, which is a great area for occupational therapy. We're seeing a lot of growth of OTs in schools, which is really exciting as well. So occupational therapy never stands still. Actually, I've just said there, haven't I? I didn't plan that, but OTs are working in new areas all the time, and it's really important that we're staying informed, and that, that's absolutely essential to keep you informed and updated as you're going through your career. So we've got a list of different resources that are available that are constantly evolving and developing for you. So it's always worth taking a look through the website and seeing what's new on there. We'll post different things in our news pages, gives you a chance. There's a big resource that's been published for you to see it there as well. So some of them I've already talked about from a continuing professional development point of view, and thinking about how you can capture those in your portfolio. But you'll see here that we have an events page with different learning opportunities for you to go to, and it has different webinars, workshops and conferences. The library's obviously a digital library. It's available for you 24/7. So whenever you get a chance to want to be thinking about finding those resources and those articles, that's there ready for you. We have a digital resource centre as well, which brings everything together in one place, and we will keep updating that as well. We've had a bit of a refresh of our website over the last year, so we're continuing to. It's not static. We're continuing to update that. And as we said, the digital library is full of different databases, journals, and it also has previous theses in there as well for you to look at, which is really interesting. And the content there is not just OT specific, it goes across what we talk about as the 4 pillars of practice, so leadership, research, education as well. I've got lots around equity, diversity and belonging, so that it's covering your broader development as well. OT News is the magazine that we've talked about here. So that magazine is published every other month. You can do your bit to save the planet by getting that delivered to your inbox rather than through your letterbox. But that's there for you, and it's a great read. It's a really nice, easy read. It's there on our website as well, so you can go back and look at previous issues. Between the months, we also have another version of OT News that's delivered to your inbox that gives you a chance to revisit some previous resources plus some new material as well, just as a smaller version really for you, to keep you interested between the bi-monthly publications of OT News. We've got, as I said, you can follow us on social media. You'll find us on LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. So they're there for you, different interaction posts, as well as sharing the work that we're up to, and sometimes asking for your involvement in different things that we're doing as well. If you're into research, if you're preparing or currently working on your research project, we have a research and development bulletin that will go out to you. And when you join us as a member, you can choose the things you're interested in. And that's one of the things there that you can select to receive that to your inbox as well. And we have a supplier directory as well. So if you're looking for different tools or resources, then that's a point of contact for you, which might be useful whilst you're on placement or maybe when you're in practice. So there's loads of different ways to keep in touch. And when you're a member, I'd encourage you to go to your profile as a member and make sure you're ticking the boxes that are relevant to you so we can send the most useful information to you through emails and keep in touch in the right way. Okay, I'm going to share with you a video from Orla. I've learnt now not to press go until we've moved forward. I finished saying what I want to say. Orla is a member with us, but she actually had a placement with us at RCOT as well. So it's been really great that we can continue to keep in touch with Orla through this video. Come on, Orla.
Hi, my name is Orla and I've recently qualified as an occupational therapist and I'll soon be starting work with Children and Families team in the local authority. I joined RCOT when I was a student. We were encouraged to join because of the professional indemnity insurance, but as I've been a member for 4 years, I've realised that there's lots of other benefits that I've enjoyed. I really appreciate being able to go to in-person events and online events to find out about areas that you could work in. At a recent event that I was at, I met somebody who was working in an area that I wanted to work in, and she was able to give me some guidance and tips on how to perform in the interview. It's been quite challenging going back to university as a mature student, but going to the events and seeing people who have been working in the profession for numerous years and seeing how they're still enthusiastic and still passionate about the profession has provided the motivation to continue studying, and it's given me a lot of positivity about when I go out working as well, that there is still a huge passion for the profession out there. A recent event that I went to that was run by RCOT was on assistive technology. I really enjoy having access to the library. My university didn't have access to a lot of the journals, so being able to access them through RCOT was invaluable for my essay writing. I would like to think that I would also use these going forward in my practice. The membership is value for money because when you realise all the benefits that you can get, the CPD platform alone is a huge benefit, along with your insurance, all the access to journals, and the amazing amount of networking opportunities that are available.
Brilliant. So Orla talks there about how she made a connection with an OT, and we have RCOT communities. That's a great way for you to be able to network with people. There's a map, you can see where people are, you can see people within the different networks with different areas of interest and expertise. So it's really easy for you to connect with other people and build those relationships. So as an occupational therapist, it's really important that we understand your own insights and experiences as we're shaping the future of the profession. And our job is both to represent you, but also to support you and empower you in leading and representing the profession as well for yourself. So we're the voice of occupational therapy, and we want you to be part of that voice. So I'm going to talk through things in a little bit more detail, but we have a workforce strategy which has a really clear vision for 2035, not that far away, only 9 years away. You'll be well into your registered careers as an occupational therapist by then. The strategy has national action plans. So you can take a look at our website. There's the full document there. There's a shorter document, just a one-sider, that it's really easy for you to access. But that document's really key. It might be useful for some of your studies, some of your assignments to refer to in terms of the future of the occupational therapy and the direction we feel we'll be working in. So that's really clear and really helpful resource for you, but also thinking about you as an occupational therapist within that vision. We make sure that inclusion and equity are at the heart of everything we do. We have an equity, diversity and inclusion and belonging, strategy, which is there for you to download, but also that is embedded through all of our work. It's not just words, but through all of our work that we're doing. So it's very much in action. We're investing in research and innovation, so we're giving members funding and support opportunities to explore new ideas and improve practice. On our Communities Hub, you'll see the innovation hub as well. There's a space there. So different innovation stories and different projects that people are doing, we capture those so that everyone else can learn from those different pieces of innovation in practice and implement them themselves, apply them to their own areas. We're very busy, the Practice and Workforce team particularly are very busy influencing policy across all 4 nations of the UK. We want to make sure that occupational therapy has a really strong voice where decisions are made. So we have different campaigns. We have OT Week, which is always in November, where we raise awareness of a particular topic or particular aspect around the power of occupational therapy. And we do that with yourselves, members, very much getting involved, but promoting our promoting occupational therapy, can't speak today, to the public and to policymakers. And then that campaign becomes an ongoing campaign through the year. And we also recognise the work of our members through awards that celebrate lifetime achievement and celebrate excellence. And you may be a recipient of one of those awards in your time as an OT, or you might want to put colleagues forward as a recipient of those awards. So this is the vision of our workforce strategy, that by 2035 we will have an occupational therapy workforce that is confident and skilled in championing inclusion, based primarily within communities, positioned to focus on prevention and early intervention, and puts occupation at the forefront of our practice. So the strategy shows and really talks about how investing in occupational therapy can help be the solution for some of those big challenges in health and care. It's been shaped by our members, shaped by people who use occupational therapy services and our stakeholders. And it's, download it from the website if you want to find out a bit more. It's an easy read, I promise you. It's not a really heavy strategy. It's an easy read, and it has a forward from our Chair of Council, ODEF, and our previous Chief Executive, Steve, that puts a context to it as well. So in terms of let's thinking about shaping the future and beyond, as we said, we want to find ways for you to get involved, and we have loads of ways that you can get involved. There's always a way for you to make your voice count. So these are some of the things that you can do. Sometimes we'll put out through the communities, through email, or through you might find at university we've messaged your university course team, and they'll put out through their own internal mechanisms different consultations that are happening, asking your opinion on a piece of policy or a different strategy that's coming into place. So share your thoughts and influence what that looks like. Obviously, they're quite often put on RCOT communities as well. You can join different networks, you can join different cafes we have and advisory groups. There's lots of opportunities there to hear your voice and get involved in those conversations. You can support different campaigns like the Power of OT campaign, or can contribute to projects. So the Innovation Hub that I referred to, the Innovation Improvement Hub, that's there. That's the way of sharing what you're doing, contribute to that, and that helps drive change and help others drive meaningful change as well. So we believe that everybody, every member, has the power to lead change, and we want to help you find ways in order for you to do that. So that's from shaping national strategies to championing equity and influencing different policies, and we want to help you to be able to do that with confidence. So volunteering is one of the ways that you can be a change agent. Feel free to just click on, show your phone that QR code, and you'll be able to find the website there. But it's a way for you to grow professionally and make a meaningful impact. As a student, I sat on a research and development board at RCOT. The structure's changed here. There's lots more ways that you can get involved much more easily and different things. But I really valued that opportunity as a student to understand a little bit more about RCOT, be involved in those professional conversations. I learned so much. You know, a lot of those people on that group at that time were writing articles, had written books that I was using as a student. So it was, a huge learning curve for me, but also great that my voice as a student and representing students across the UK was able to be used. So I'd really encourage you to volunteer some of the different opportunities that are available. They might be one-offs, or they might be a commitment to a different group. Recently, we've just been reviewing our learning and development standards and writing some new standards that I'll talk about in a minute. But we had current students, new graduates, as well as experienced people with different backgrounds on that expert advisory group, and everybody had an equal voice in that group and able to influence and shape the document. So I can't encourage you enough to get involved in different volunteering opportunities. So you can see there, we've talked about the skills that it will build, building connections with people, and then obviously having an impact, and that will build your CV as well as a chance to get that recognition for your contributions. So it's all part of helping you thrive as an occupational therapist. We want to thrive as you're becoming an occupational therapist as well. So let me just share this video.
I'm Sarah. I'm an advanced care practitioner, occupational therapist, currently based within a hospice. I also work independently within a private practice, and I'm studying for a PhD in exercise oncology. Being an RCOT member, I do find it very inspiring. I find it very reassuring. I think it's essential when you're entering the occupational therapy world. RCOT has really helped me develop this portfolio career. It probably sounds quite cliche, but I think RCOT provides a soil for your OT roots to evolve from. It gives you the foundations of knowledge, it gives you a team to work with professionally and personally, it gives you forums, it gives you an evidence base, it keeps you safe, and I don't think I would be able to practice as well as what I can do and as informed as what I can do without RCOT behind me, really. RCOT has been invaluable as a network for me to be able to access work through my independent practice. I certainly wouldn't have had the amount of referrals that I'd had without having that platform on there. I've really benefited from being a member of RCOT throughout my whole career, and I would really recommend it for anybody who is entering the world of occupational therapy.
There you go. Okay, so it's a chance to have your voice really early on. If we could offer one thing to make your student life a little bit easier, what would it be? Pop it in the chat if you've got any ideas. We'll take those back and make sure that we look at those and consider how we can integrate those wherever possible. But it's important that, RCOT is a membership body for you, so it's your chance to shape it, one of your chances to shape it, and how we can make sure it gives you exactly what you need as you're becoming an occupational therapist and going through that kind of study journey. So also it's really key that your work makes a difference, that you want to be seen. So we've got lots of opportunities there for you to celebrate your achievements. You can post things on our communities page, but you can also publish research. You can get new articles in OT News, lead different innovations, or work that you're doing to support your community as well. So we want to make sure that you're there to shine, and we want to be able to promote that. Quite often you'll see on social media different videos that of people sharing what they're doing, and we reshare those, so that could be shared far and wide and everybody can see the impact that people are having. So I hope you've got the sense that occupational therapy is there and RCOT is there for you throughout your career, and that we really want to both be celebrating with you as well as working with you and providing support for you as an individual and for the whole profession. When you've finished your studies, you will become what we call an early career occupational therapist. So early career occupational therapists are for people within their first 3 years of studies. And we are just literally this week getting approved, I hope, fingers and toes crossed, on brand new, never before existed early career principles and standards for occupational therapists. So this is a set of standards. There's only 5 principles that we have. Each has about 4 or 5 standards underneath it, that are principles to support the embedding of people as they settle into their career as an occupational therapist, so that they can thrive. And that's the word we use in the document, talk about you thriving and having a really long and positive occupational therapy career. So we have a set of standards that we're going to be launching. HCPC also has a set of preceptorship standards, which we were involved in developing and shaping, as were many other professional bodies. But these are written by occupational therapists for occupational therapists, so very much have a lens around establishing that sense of belonging within the profession and connection, thinking about the importance of really good quality supervision, think about career development and lifelong learning. We talk about personal health and well-being, and we also talk about professional identity and networking. So those standards will be coming out in March, all being well. So do keep an eye out for them. We will in time be looking at how we can recognise employers who are embedding these principles really well into their organisation. We can celebrate their achievements, but they're there for you. And then over the spring and summer, a series of resources will be coming out and then continue to be added to. But it's brand new, really exciting, that's kind of be coming out later this spring for you. So we're there right from the beginning with really focused support for you as an early career occupational therapist when that time comes. So we want to make sure that all your work's being recognised. As a member, you'll be able to use a membership logo to show that you're part of us as a professional body and we're a respected professional body. So you can use that on your emails and different places where it's relevant to do that. You can share your stories, as I've said, in OT News, British Journals, to raise the profile of your work within the profession and more externally. You can nominate colleagues for awards, and also there's loads of other ways for you to support within the networks that Christina has identified within the community's networks. So you've heard from some of our members throughout the presentation. They're all there for you, and hopefully their stories have brought to life some of what we're trying to talk about on PowerPoint, which is harder to do sometimes, but also you've got loads of links that have been shared, so hopefully click on those and go and see some of those resources. Some will be member only, some will be there for you to access without needing that membership, but the communities, the portfolio, they're all really key member resources for you. So whether it's CPD, equity, innovation, or being part of something bigger, hopefully you can see what their experiences have meant to them and their membership has meant to them. And we'd really encourage you to join RCOT if you're not already, so that you can be part of that community. So there's a link here for you to, should you, now's the time ready for you to join, if you're happy to do that. That's there, just waggle your phone at the QR code and the link will come up. I'm sure Pavla popped it in the chat for us as well. You can speak to our membership team if you've got any queries. We have these events on a monthly basis that are kind of targeted at different people, different groups of membership, so we can kind of highlight resources that are relevant for people at different times. We also have our website that you can have a look at. Just go to join us. It's information on there, or you can contact our membership team and we'll help if you've got any challenges getting started. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and Christina's going to rejoin us, and we will see if you have any questions that you'd like us to answer. So Christina might have had a chance to have a look at these, but I wasn't able to as we went, so I'll let you lead a little bit on this, but I'm happy to answer any questions.
There's a question about whether or not there's a student-specific community on RCOT communities and more generally. So this is a question that we've had come up a few times since we've launched. We intentionally have not created a student-specific space, and this is because during our stakeholder work with learners and beyond, in the run-up to launching, we realized that what students have a lot of local communities within their universities. Otherwise, there doesn't seem to be a lack of opportunities at the moment for students to network with other students. What we as a professional body want to support is students networking with professionals, and that's what our student members who we spoke with at the time said they really needed. So we had previously our specialist sections. Some of you might know, some of you might not know. So these were sort of communities based around areas of practice, but there was an additional fee to join. They students told us that they felt that it wasn't quite for them because the word specialist was in there. So what we've done is remodel those communities, and we've created our practice networks. So these are inclusive, accessible, universal communities in which we want learners as well as more advanced practitioners to be able to network together. And that goes across the model of networks that we've created in the first instance. What we want is learners to be able to connect, with different members across areas of practice, across regions, across professional issues. We don't want, we thought, and we got some feedback that so if we created a learner-specific community, that learners might feel that that was the space for them and the other spaces weren't for them. So in the first instance, we wanted to have you integrate and branch out, but we're certainly open to creating a learner-specific community if it's something that we get more feedback for.
Brilliant. Thanks, Christina. I can see there's another question there about having an annual conference. We will have an event. We haven't quite confirmed what that will be just yet, so watch this space. Sorry, that's probably not the detailed answer that you want to be able to give, but we've just been looking at that, and the events team will be able to provide some information. I don't even know when they're going to be providing the information, but soon you will hear more about what that's going to be, what that will look like, and how you can get involved as well. So that's there for us. And congratulations to Sophie, who's just joined. Well done. So I'm just scooting down. So the slides will be available as well as the presentation itself, recording. That will all get sent to you. So that'll be available there for you. I can see that the information about the workforce strategy is there for you as well. So Michelle's saying linking with other OTs in your area through RCOT like a forum. Yes. So, well, Christina, do you want to answer that about the geography of how you meet with
Yeah, so I
people?
mentioned it in the chat, but I can mention. So,
sorry.
No, it's okay. So yeah, there's a question about how you can connect with local OTs. So on RCOT communities, you've got your regional networks. So that's obviously a space for you to come and connect with local members. And that includes a discussion board. And we're working with network leaders, volunteers to develop sort of local activities as well. But RCT Communities also has a member directory and an interactive map, which is a lovely feature. So you can go into that space and actually look and find members who are near you if you wanted to. There's also a direct messaging feature. So very proud this is the first time that members can actually directly contact each other. With GDPR issues and data protection, we were always the middleman, but now all of that data protection is safe on the platform, so members can have a private way of directly contacting and speaking. So you can go on the map and find somebody who's interesting, or you look at their profile. If you want to reach out to them, you can do that as well.
Brilliant, thank you. That's all of our questions, and it's exactly 1:20, and I always like to finish things a little bit early so you've got a chance for a stretch or whatever you need to do before you go on to your physically move to your next meeting, or just move between screens depending on what you're doing and how your day's working. But thank you so much for joining us today. I hope it's been useful. If you've got any questions, please do ask. The message to take away is that we're your professional body. We are here for you. We want you to have the best possible career you can as an occupational therapist. So shout and use the communities. That's a really quick way for you to work with other occupational therapists and other members, and will be hopefully the best help you can have. But we're absolutely here for you as an organisation. So best of luck with the rest of your career and your studies, and hopefully our paths will cross many times again. Thank you, everyone.